Hello, it is Wednesday, the 23rd of May, 2012. Let's take a look at this bear market for today. And it's 10:28 Eastern Time. It's actually now 27:20 for the price of silver. And I mentioned breaking down below Friday's low, as well as down below really 27.50. Really the areas for concern, which has obviously done that. Now, it's really not that big of a surprise for this to be the case. Now, at some point it has to bottom, but when and at what level, that's difficult to state. We'll look at that more on the weekly chart. But for now, let's move this on to the 5 hours so we can take a look a little bit better between this last rally that occurred and peg the Fibonacci retracement within that mark. And when we do that, we'll switch this up to the 5-hour time frame. And from this low to this high, there was support right in this area here, as of course you had this newly rising 18th period average, which really broke out in here. So when you have your first breakout, and you go back and you have this little support level, that's fine to have support here, but it really needs to get going in a little while anyway. You can see that it bounced a little bit, but came back down, which increased the chances that it took it out. Now, what we see within this candle in here, it's a very interesting candle because it had higher levels not seen in about 5 or 6 periods, but it was also a bearish candle because the close was pretty much around where the previous close was after having significant up gains, as we can see within this white line. Therefore, the candle or the setup did what it was pretty much supposed to, and that was downward action. The levels that we'd be looking for would be roughly here, and that's at 27.58. I said 27.50 as a more round number, also because if you wanted to hold this level, you gotta give it the benefit of the doubt that it may pierce below it, and it obviously would be a massive pierce, and it looks as if this area is not going to be that much support other than what just turned out to be maybe almost 1%. That's all that we've seen on it. And this candle here, which obviously the price action is down below 27.20, it started at 10 o'clock, so it's been moving pretty wildly today, and it's looking as if now that we're going to have a test of the previous low of 26.77, and of course it goes deeper than that, because if we go to the weekly term time frame, the whether you look at the Fibonacci from this low, let's say from this low and this high, we'll say, it's already been telling us that we're going down to this level, which it pretty much already has, with this being a pierce above, but maybe it is going to touch it exactly, maybe it's going to break it. After all, the more times you test a significant area, the more likely it is that it gets taken out. This, excuse me, the last week we had was a bullish candle, but quite frankly, it's not doing such a thing. So will the failed move not bring in the increased gains from this, create fast moves to the downside? Time will only tell amongst that, which of course leads us down towards the next support level between 18 and roughly around 23. Any moves within this range, that's what I've been stating before for the last couple years, that any moves down below here would create a good chance of a physical disconnect within the, well, just the physical commodity in itself, as a lot of people are going to be wanting physical silver, given the fact that the prices are just so cheap. And that will be it for today's video. I said yesterday the thing about odds. I talked about really the thumbs up and thumbs down ratings as well as views within the gold video. So sometimes when I come up with analysis, I can just be way off, and that was the case yesterday. Yes, the first rating was a thumbs down. I'm expecting this one to be as well. But I also thought that because I talked about the actual ratings, that I'd probably get about 4 more. No. I talked about I got about 14 or 20 more. So sometimes you can do analysis in your head and be way wrong. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.